My question for you is, are boards even equipped to deal with these important aspects of both the engine and the fuel, particularly given how directors see what their jobs are, how many hours they put in? And the second question is, how does the board of your company address these issues and lead this process? Or are they just fortunate enough to have the #1 CEO running the company for them?
Yeah, well, again, as I said, Doug Parker, he didn't know how to deal with his board because, and again, I had this guy, Chuck Knight, come into our company. He was, like Jack Welch, considered one of the best businessmen in America, and ran a $24 billion, from $2 billion to $24 billion. He was legendary. Every building in St. Louis is named after him. But when we got to the subject of culture, he went dead silent, because in our education system, we don't teach people how to be good stewards of other people's lives. We teach them how to make money, okay? And so the board members you've got, I mean, I've got some good Christians, some good, you know, the Walton family members, they love what I'm doing. They just have no idea if they've done one thing to contribute to it. Zero. Okay, when we talk about it, it kind of goes quiet. You want to talk about share value, financial resources, capital markets. This is the language they've been taught. So they're not bad. They're wonderful people. They love what I'm doing. They're proud of it. But do they know how to, if it's really a Bob thing. As I always say, I could go into cattle farming Monday and they say, great idea. When you got a 25-year track record of 15% of your compound growth, Harvard writes a case study, you write a book, they're pretty much, we're leading our board. They're not the one that said to me, do you care for your people? So we have to make it an intentional subject matter to bring them along. But it's 3 board meetings a year. It's pretty hard for them to understand, because then they go work on their private equity boards, they work on their other boards, and it's all about numbers, and where they feel more comfortable, because it's about numbers. We don't teach people to care. We teach people to make numbers. And so you can't, it's not a judgment against the board. It's a reality. It's got to be in your heart, and you've got to bring the board along. And again, that's why we developed the Leadership Institute. Again, as Doug Parker said, he was astounded at the way his team reacted to when we helped him embrace the human side of the business. Even, again, chairman of the largest airline in the world. So again, it's not a judgment against the quality of your board, but you got to understand something. It's never going to be driven by, they'll love it as long as you make the numbers. If you don't make the numbers, they'll debate whether you should be spending this money on caring for people. So I would say to you that my board is proud of it, but they have not contributed to it in any way, because it is a foreign language. They're wonderful people, love our company, have been incredibly traditionally successful in business, but they are not this. Again, even at Harvard, talking about culture at Harvard, they wrote the case study, they teach it, 70 universities, but do they have good cultures at Harvard? So I would say to you, everywhere I look, healthcare, education, we don't find good leaders. We find the same frustration with the lack of leadership in every part of society. Yesterday, I had 120 CEOs of hospitals in America. And I said, it starts with caring for your doctors and nurses and staff. They love the message. They just have no idea how to do it.